थोड़ा दे दे लो। Three philosophers come to my mind right now. They are Western philosophers, but there is some relevance. So before that, I want to read a couplet from Ghalib. मंजर एक बुलंदी पर, मंजर स्पेक्टिकल एट सम हाइट, मंजर एक बुलंदी पर और हम बना सकते अर्श से उधर काश की मकान अपना. This always, I think, I don't know whether I should translate it, but it's very clear that the desire of the poet is to construct something parallel to the heaven. He does want to create it, something of its own, a new construction. It's always there. Something, somewhat a kind of a contemplation with God. That we have the capacity to create our own paradigms. That was God. So, in reference to that, just very quickly, because there's a huge line of performance there. There is a Agamben. George Agamben says that, although it is Western philosophy, that the God, state, and the police, or angels, they are moving like a triangle, and there is a huge nexus between these three performers in the universe and on the world. Somehow we are witnessing the same more and more in our system of thought, because the government is more and more going into the not into the Sarvaloka, but they are more eager to tell us that the Hindutva is just about government, and government is this is the same. It's like Indra is India and India is Indra. So BJP is Hindu, God, and God is the same like that. And then you can see the structure how it is performing right now. So in this situation, we are always thinking that who are we? Then there is another philosopher, which is Derrida, who is saying that we are somehow translations. There is nothing original. We are always translations of something which is already translated and already translated. So we don't have to be worried about that we are imitations of something. It's not inferior, because the common sense is the most relevant part of our existential truths. So we don't have to be worried about that the gods are not with us or something, because in our entire subcontinent, if you are not a Hindu or a Muslim or a Sikh, so you are somehow lost. The identity is lost. Identity crisis. We're honestly thinking about that, who are we? That's why I quoted Ghalib. Can we imagine a new paradise for us? And we have a parallel thing. Even the Foucault, the third thing which was in my mind was the Foucault. Foucault was describing some power structure, he's talking about that. There is no direct need to have a confrontation with the existing power structures. There's always enough space to create one more structure. So it's not, of course the state is there and we have a confrontation with the state in the sense that there's already a right-wing government. But simultaneously there is a possibility to develop one more structure for us, and that's what we are doing. The poets are always doing it, and the poet is definitely a truest and trustworthy guide for us, every time. So that's why I quoted Ghalib in the beginning. So coming to the translation part. So I did translate the highest civilian award. It's called Bharat Ratna. I was thinking that if it is the most noticed, when it is going very, very close to the system of thought where we cannot expect someone who is working at a very different level, very genuine, and they will never considered for any kind of awards. So I made a very humble attempt to translate Bharat Ratna. It is this. It is the exact form, size, height, of course not the material which Government of India is producing. But what I did translate is here is that I translated Bharat into Hindustan. It's in Hindustan right here. So the first person to my mind which He was the most dear and activist friend who came to my mind that who can be the recipient of this award was Tisra Satyawal. So I told her that, are you coming to the Sehmat event? She said, no, I'm not unfortunately coming this year. But I said her that I'm just planning. You can say it's a performance, but it has its own context and relevance. But she wrote a letter back to me, which I will read. I told her that I want to read what you would like to speak about yourself. So I would read what she has written. She's writing, really. First, it was journalists against communalism to speak against the hate speech, legitimizing others that in 1980s Thakre symbolized. Then in 1993, after the demolition of Babri Masjid, it was quitting our jobs in mainstream journalism to start communalism combat. It was not just a movement, but not just a magazine.